Hi, everybody. Thank you all for being here. My name is Melissa Mazzeo, and I am co-founder of Hand Me Up, a children's secondhand clothing marketplace. So this is an actual picture of me and all of my friends participating in my all-time favorite hobby, which is secondhand shopping. It's something I've loved to do for a very long time. Almost all of my clothes are secondhand, including everything I'm wearing today. And I love so many things about it. I love how much fun it is, how you never know what you're gonna find, how affordable it is, and how much better for the environment it is than shopping new. It's easy to see where I developed this hobby. So my mom, Beth, has owned Merry-Go-Rounds, a children's consignment shop, for 20 years. I grew up wearing clothes from the store, and I've worked there since I was a preteen. It's where I developed my personal values of sustainability, style, and minimizing waste. Shopping resale makes even more sense for parents. Kids grow so quickly that they constantly need new clothes, and their old clothes often have a lot of life left in them. Meanwhile, everyone's trying to Marie Kondo their way out of the clutter that's building up in their homes, so they have a lot of products that they're looking to find a new home for. And of course, the apparel industry is incredibly harmful to the environment. The best way to reduce the negative environmental impact of the apparel industry is to extend the life cycle of existing clothes. And the best way to extend the life cycle of existing clothes is to shop secondhand rather than buying new. By extending a piece of clothing's life by just 9 months, you can reduce its environmental impact by 20 to 30%. We believe that the best opportunity for resale is in children's clothes because, like I said, kids grow so quickly and their clothes still have a lot of life left in them. It's a natural fit for a product with a circular economic model. That's where Hand Me Up comes in. We are like Rent the Runway for your growing child. A subscription box of curated secondhand outfits tailored to your kid's style. You keep the box as long as you need, and then you have the option to sell it back to us when they no longer fit. We'll then send you a box of clothes the next size up. You can also purchase individual pieces of clothing through our online store and through our brick and mortar shops. With Hand Me Up, we're tapping into the changing social norms around secondhand shopping. Companies like The RealReal, ThredUp, and Poshmark have already done a lot to reduce stigma around secondhand and make it more mainstream. We believe we can do the same thing specifically for children's clothes. There are a lot of solutions that currently exist, but it's a fragmented market and there's a lot of room for improvement. Exchanges like parents groups on Facebook can be very low cost. However, they can be unreliable and require a lot of coordination, which can be really challenging, especially for new parents. Traditional retail, of course, is very expensive because you constantly need to be replenishing your kid's wardrobe. Thrift stores like Goodwill and Salvation Army can be really fun. I love them, but they can also be cluttered and crowded and a lot of work. And finally, smaller resale shops can also be wonderful, but they may not have the selection and availability that customers need. With Hand Me Up, we're taking an omni-channel approach with the subscription boxes, the e-commerce, and the brick and mortar stores complementing each other. We can use the brick and mortar stores as a lab to test our assumptions in real time with real customers. We've already made a lot of progress in the past few months. We've launched our online store where people can buy individual pieces of clothing. There's also a landing page where they can sign up to receive more information about the subscription box service. That way, when we're ready to launch this fall, we'll have a list of people who are already interested. We've also had the opportunity recently to expand our brick and mortar presence into a second location. We have found a site that is bigger and better located than our existing store, and we'll be opening it August 1st. And finally, we've really dug into testing and prototyping the box service. We're working with 20 test users this summer to test the entire process from beginning to end, and we'll iterate on the product based on the feedback we receive from them so we can launch later this fall. I've been working closely with my mom to build on her existing brand, Merry-Go-Rounds. I've also had a team of wonderful co-founders and classmates at Yale who have helped bring the Hand Me Up subscription box concept to life. And we've been lucky to have incredible mentors and advisors from across Yale and beyond. With Hand Me Up, we are working towards a world where the negative environmental consequences of the apparel industry are reined in, and where clothes are used for their entire useful life. A world where the act of shopping secondhand is the norm rather than the exception, where the concepts of ownership and consumerism are completely redefined, and where we've transitioned from a linear economic model to one that is completely circular, and to a world where children are instilled with an environmental ethic based on their own personal experience. They're raised to be intentional about the clothes they wear and the decisions they make. At least that's what happened with me. So today I have 3 asks for you. First of all, if you have a kid in your life, or even if you don't, visit our online store, which is now live. Second, follow us along on social media. This is our Instagram handle. We're promoting not just our brand, but also the broader circular economy movement, and we need all of you to be a part of it. And finally, test out these values in your own lives. Try buying something used that you normally would have bought new, and be a part of transitioning our world into one that is more circular, sustainable, and fun. Thank you.